What is up, guys and gals? It's me, Thomas Fan01 here, and today we are back at it again with another Transformer figure review. And today we are going to be taking a look at the Transformer Studio Series re-release, Dark of the Moon Leader Class Shockwave. And this is a figure that I had on my list that I wanted to acquire, and it didn't really happen until, if you can clearly see this sticker here, yeah, I had to, I couldn't say no to that sticker. So, but y'all know the rules. We don't take a look at this first. We take a look at the box, and the box is quite nice. Got a nice little image of Shockwave here. The background would have been a little blue dip bit there. Got Shockwave on the side here, on the back. I do like the new style of packaging where they give us a little scene of where they actually showed up in the movie. I really am excited for that, so who knows what's going to come in the future. So it says here, though, paratroopers descend on Shockwave to stop his assault on Chicago. So now, you guys may or may not know, but we are not going to show off the paratrooper because the paratrooper is currently hanging by my lights. So yeah, he's going to live there for the rest of his remaining years. So now we're going to lower this back on down here, and there we go. Now we can get into looking at this beautiful, beautiful beast of a figure, to which, by the way, Hasbro, you guys, seriously, my question is why the heck did you wait so long to re-release this dude? Like, seriously? You guys waited over 4 years to re-release this dude? Actually, not even 4 years. It was more like 5. Almost 5 years to re-release this dude. And then they're like, oh yeah, well, we only did that because we didn't know if we did have the rights to the mold. I'm like, bull crap, you didn't have the rights to the mold. You had the rights to this mold all along, and you guys just chose not to do anything with it till it could make you some money. So, but anyways, we are going to take a look at some of the other accessories that he comes with, because he comes with not just one, but he comes with 3 accessories. And the first one we'll take a look at here. And take note, these are extremely, extremely tiny. Here is a little wheelie. It's kind of difficult to see, but he does come with red eyes. He is blue, painted blue in certain spots, and he does have a little bit of molding detail. And to show you how small this guy is, this is Igor. This is Igor, the Studio Series, from the Studio Series Leader Class Megatron. This is the Igor figure. These things are tiny, so don't lose them. And when I say these things, I mean they're these things because there are 2 figures. You also get a little brains. You get a little brains and you get a little wheelie. It's kind of neat. So, yeah. But, so we don't lose these guys, we're going to remove them and put them off to the side. So, anyways, now that we've done that, we can take a quick look at the figure and its accessories, because there is another accessory here. It comes with this blade here, and can somebody tell me if they had the first version or the first release of Shockwave, if this was rubber plastic? Because I don't remember this being rubber plastic at all in the first run of the figure, but then again, I could be wrong. And to do anything with it, you just kind of just plug it there. I mean, you can plug it there. I mean, you could also plug it here to kind of cover up the hands a little bit. I mean, there are a bajillion things you could do with this thing, but as per what the instructions and everything tell you to do, tell you to stick it there. So, yeah. All right, now let's get him into scale comparisons, and then we shall get into the transformation. So here he is with Dark of the Moon Soundwave. Here he is next to Dark of the Moon Studio Series Hatchet. Here he is next to the Toys R Us exclusive Studio Series Thundercracker from Dark of the Moon. Here he is next to the Studio Series Leader Class Megatron, as stated previously. And finally, because this guy's a little bit difficult to do, I actually need to stand up to grab him. Here he is next to the old Leader Class Sentinel Prime, who is just barely big enough to fit in frame. Let's raise the camera up a bit here. There we go. So, but yeah. here he is next to ye olde Sentinel Prime. So, alrighty. So now that we've done that, we can get him into transformation. And to transform him, it's actually a lot easier than a lot of people were making it out to be. And the Byway version also did not help. So, which, by the way, if you did get the Byway version, I don't think you really need to get a hold of this guy, because that version is a little better in some ways, but this figure is official. So, yeah. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start by removing this. And we're going to start by untabbing this from the shoulder bits here. And, let's continue with the legs. Untab them. There's a tab right here. Goes right in there. Bring this out to the side. Do the same thing on the other side. Bring it all the way out just for a moment. And then you're going to come to this section here. And you're just going to untab this from the gun piece right here. Because there's a tab right there that goes right on in there. Goes right on in there. Tab right there. Goes right on in there. So you can do that with that one. And do the same thing on the other side. And then you're going to take these and you're going to just collapse them into the body, rotate the leg, and just make sure you hear that little click. Fold the head all the way down. Do the same thing on the other side. Take this, fold this in until you hear click. If it doesn't click, then you know you got problems. There we go. So here we go. Then rotate the leg and bring it down. Then you're going to untab this section right here from his booty, and then you're going to take these arms and you're going to untab them. They just tab into this little section here. And you're going to take all of this and you are going to bring this all the way up. Make sure the arms are splayed outward just enough. And this is on a double hinge, so it's a little finicky. And then take the backpack piece, bring this down and collapse it in a little bit. And we're kind of on the home stretch here. Bring it, fold down the foot. Rotate this inward. Do the same thing. Fold out the foot, like so. And then take this, rotate this back, fold it down. And we have that bit. And we're almost done. And we're going to take the arms and just secure them to the shoulders. And they just have a little tab here that goes into these little ports on the shoulder joints right there. And now we can straighten all of this out. And let's also bring in this little sword dagger thingy here. And we'll just straighten it all back out one more time. So, that being said, did you guys recognize any parts on this guy? Because I noticed a few parts on this dude that definitely are ripped from a couple other figures. Like these hip pieces right here, those are from the Studio Series Revenge of the Fallen Megatron, as are these tank treads. So, I mean, like if you were to seriously like manage to somehow get these things to pop them back out, you could literally just they have these pins here for whatever reason, I don't know. But I can tell you this much, they are Megatron's legs, so be aware of that. Now, hold on here. Let's fold out the knee pads a little bit there, and let's just... Here we go. That's all nice and dandy. Here we go. I quite digged this. And here you have Studio Series Leader Class Shockwave. It is robot mode, and I gotta say... Oh, the robot mode is where this thing shines. The Byway version is more faithful to the coloration of certain things. This is perfectly screen accurate. I can't say anything bad about this. And for those people who are saying, oh, well, there's not much paint, Shockwave didn't have a ton of paint on him in the movie. He was silver. We all know this. We all saw the movie. He was not purple. He was silver. Or chromed, or whatever the heck it was. It really doesn't matter what color he is, just so long as it pulls off the look. So, anyways, let's move him off to the side, and we'll get into scale comparisons, then we shall get into final thoughts, and then we shall rank the figure and end the video. So, here he is next to Studio Series Deluxe Class Soundwave from Dark of the Moon. Here he is next to Studio Series Hatchet from Dark of the Moon. I need to get the rest of the dreads. Here he is next to Studio Series Voyager Class Thundercracker from Toys R Us. speaking of which, that store no longer exists in the United States. So, yeah. Here he is next to the Studio Series Leader Class Megatron from Dark of the Moon. And what the heck, I'll throw in Igor with that as well. And finally, here he is next to the original Dark of the Moon Leader Class Sentinel Prime. To which, I still have to say, this is the better version of Sentinel Prime than the stupid Studio Series one that they tried to pass off as a Voyager class. That was not really even... That was not okay, Hasbro. You did not need to do that. You could have just literally given us a different version of the Leader Class version, and it would have sufficed. But, anyways. Alrighty, so now we can get on to the final thoughts here of this dude. And honestly, there's not really much more final thoughts to add to this other than the fact that it's a wanted figure. It was definitely, well, correction, it was a wanted figure. Not to mention, they did give him one appendage joint, which is this little thumb piece right here, which is kind of funny and goofy if you ask me. So, which just literally gives the illusion that he has another hand. So, but yeah, no, like, I think this is I quite dig this figure. I mean, seriously, if you guys are able to get this, and not to mention, if you guys are able to go get this on clearance even, I would highly suggest you manage to go and find that, because it is a figure that is definitely a wanted figure. It's warranted. It was necessary. It definitely also pulls it off. Not to mention, it's a re-release that we all desperately needed. It was something that we all were looking forward to. So, I can't say anything bad about that. The one thing I will say is a little bit bad is Hasbro with their releasing schedule and all of their crap that goes on with that, because they had this figure announced a long time ago. And when I say a long time ago, I mean a long, long time ago. Like, we're talking right around like 2023 time was right around the time this thing got announced. And it was not an easy time for all of us Transformers fans to see this guy just get announced and then never show up. And then 2025, he was right there next to Studio Series Age of Extinction Optimus Prime. So I can't complain about that, but at the same time, I can complain at the fact that it took him that long to get this figure re-released. So, yeah. Anyways, now we can get into the ranking of the figure, and I gotta say, we're looking here at a perfect 8.5 to 9 out of 10. I'm going to put it right in between. I'm going to put it at an 8.75. 8.75. The reason why I'm giving it an 8.75 is because where the rubber plastic is, I would rather have liked to have seen a firm plastic. And not to mention, these ankles are just too freaking loose. Like, they just do not want us to keep the figure standing straight up all the time. Like, seriously. Oh, now you want to do that? Yeah. But it's like you poke it and you gotta literally stand him back up. So that's what I do not like about that. So anyways, this is Thomas Fan 1 saying this is my review and final review for the Studio Series the Studio Series Dark of the Moon. I almost said Age of Extinction. The Studio Series Dark of the Moon Leader Class Shockwave re-release. And this is Thomas Fan 1 saying, do not forget to check out Lemon Lime Studios, Zaga the Animator, Spidey Edits. Also, let's also check out Sentinel Edits as well. Excuse me as I hiccup. Do not forget to check out Jordy's Rail Videos, Patrick with a Y, iStar552, Kitten Cat 999, Riveted Rail Fan, Riveted Reviews, Alexander Rothschild, and let's throw out one more person in there. Let's throw out Bravely Gigi as well. So, anyways. Don't forget to check all of them out, and this is Thomas Fan 1 saying, do not forget to keep playing with your toys. Goodbye.